Ma'am, stop.
They can't just take my food away. We got kids. EBT's gone. What are we supposed to do? Starve? Don't be surprised when we start taking it. People gotta eat.
I am on the verge of bankruptcy. I'm on the verge of tears. Overnight, all of my help fled. My help, out of fear for their safety, their lives, they fled. And now I am left out here standing in my unharvested carrot field. It is January and I'm in Kansas, and this is when carrot harvest goes in Kansas. This field should be full of workers, but all my workers left. And who the do you think is to blame for that? Every single one of them left. Now I have to by myself try to fill that truck with a load of carrots in one day, and I can't do that, guys. I have to get these carrots to market by next week when my contract is terminated. This is $936,000 worth of carrots right here, and I can't pick them by myself. If they're unharvested, I will get kicked out of that contract and I will get sued by.
I have an FAFO and FAO for the red state of Kansas. Yes, GM is laying off 900 workers immediately, canceling their second shift. Yes, they voted for the Trump administration and Republican. Yes, this is severely going to hurt Kansas and the surrounding area. This is one of many FAFOs that Republicans and MAGA have received. Just remember, they control the House, the Senate, the presidency, and the Supreme Court. If you did not hear yesterday on October 1st, the very bad economic news was the negative 32,000 jobs created in September. Also, unemployment is as high as 6% in some states. The government is on day 2 of shutdown. This is a major FAFO for those who voted for Trump. Drop a comment and
I'm gonna try to get through this without crying. My name is Louise, and me and my family own a wheat farm in Kansas. We are all certainly lifelong Republicans, and we were so happy to vote for Trump in all 3 of his elections. However, we were certainly not aware that he was going to put a funding freeze on all USAID. 100% of our wheat produce is bought by USAID and shipped out of the country. So our farm is completely bankrupt. We have no customer. We had this whole deal with the US government, and now that is just gone in a second. And we are completely decimated. USAID buys about $2 billion worth of American farmers' goods annually, and every single one of those farms is in the same boat as us now. It's a sinking boat. He didn't consider us at all when he made these decisions, and it would be impossible for any world leader to do something that could negatively affect us more than what Trump has done to us. And we voted for him.
Arkansas farmers are taking their own lives because of what's happening to their farms because of Trump's policies. And it's only going to get worse for farmers because this is all laid out in Project 2025. So in Project 2025, the plan is to roll back all of the protections that farmers currently have access to. Basically, there's different programs. There's insurance, crop insurance. There's these commodities programs. And most of these are either subsidized or paid for by the government. So farmers, if a small farm gets hit with, a weather disaster or something else happens where they can't profit off their crop like they usually do, they're backed up. They're safe. They can, float for another year because of these programs. They want to get rid of these programs. They want to take the burden of these programs off the government and put it back onto the farmers, meaning these small farms get hit with one disaster and they're fucked. They're done. Guess who won't be done, though, if they get hit with one disaster? Giant mega corporations, these huge corporate farms that have all the capital they need to float if they get hit with a disaster. They're not going to go under. What they're going to do is buy up all these little farms and consolidate them into these giant mega farms. That's what the plan is. And I know it's easy to be like, oh, fuck these farmers. They voted for this. This is what they get. But this isn't good for any of us if this happens. I know, the FAFO is delightful, but it isn't good for any of us. And it's scary. These are the people that feed us, that provide our food, and we need them. And it's horrifying to see what they're trying to do to them.
So, Cancer MAGA voters came out complaining that this policy is hitting hard. There is something you have to understand. Voting, right, have consequences. When you vote for people and policy, you have to understand that when you vote for people, you vote for their policies, right? It has consequences, okay? And it can come at you. It can, the world is too small. It can come at your children, your grandchildren. That's what the MAGA voters did not just understand, and they were just voting. Right now, Kansas MAGA voters are lamenting, they are crying, they are saying that, oh, this policy is hitting them so hard, and they are complaining. You just heard that, right? Anyway, let's keep watching. We'll come back for commentary. Please do it to subscribe, okay? Take us to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, and see you again. Let's go.
Kansas farmers are publicly regretting voting for Donald Trump and wish they would have read Project 2025 now that Donald Trump's policies are directly affecting them, specifically the cuts to USAID funding, which would have been used to purchase farmers' goods. Listen to what the executive director of the Kansas Farmers Union had to say about it.
There are a lot of people who are very concerned out there who voted for this administration, but you know, they wrote it all down in Project 2025. I guess we should have paid a little closer attention to what was in that.
Yeah, you probably should have. It's not as if people weren't warning you. It's not as if Kamala Harris went out every single day and warned Americans about Project 2025. But you believe the guy that can never tell the truth when he said, I know nothing about it. And now you're suffering, but the worst part is we're all suffering. There's hungry people around the world that are being affected by that funding cut. So yes, welcome to the find out phase. We're all here. Have a seat, grab yourself some ramen. It's the only thing that's cheap anymore, and enjoy.
They don't want, a handout. They got that the first time around. Remember that tariffs were put in place in the first Trump administration, and they did backfill that with cash. The farmers don't want that. That's a Band-Aid that doesn't do anything for them going forward. And I think their biggest fear with what's going on right now is that, not only are they not able to sell their product right now or export their products right, but that they will ultimately lose their markets. That countries aren't going to wait forever. They're going to go find somebody else who can supply what Kansas farmers have been supplying. So it is a huge concern, and one that I hope this administration will wake up to.
All right, you just heard that. See, sometimes it is good for some of these things to happen to us, okay? It is good for some of these things to happen to us, so we should know how painful it is. We should know how it feels when we treat another human being or other human beings less. It is good that it should always happen to us like that. Because look at now, they are crying. Why are they lamenting? Because it is affecting them. Imagine if it were not affecting them, they wouldn't have had sympathy on the people that it was actually affecting, okay? Because when they were voting, they felt like this is going to be happening to another person. But right now, policy is hitting them hard. Yes, it's hitting them hard. Anyway, lovely people, let me get your opinion at the comment section. What can you say about this? Anyway, we'll come back again for commentary. Do it to subscribe. Let's go.
Time around, Stan's gut feeling pushed him to begin this half-acre portrait of the potential Democratic presidential nominee.
I started thinking that there may be a possibility that there might be a change in the leadership of the Democratic Party.
He started the portrait 11 days before President Biden announced he would not run for re-election, before Biden endorsed Harris to fill his role.
I was just 100% convinced that this was going to happen.
And Stan left a blank space next to Harris for her potential running mate.
I'm going to be at the field with stone in hand the moment it's announced.
For now, a question mark lies beside a potential female presidential nominee.
I wanted her looking up. I wanted her not with a smile. I wanted her with a determined look, a look of looking into the future.
I've seen lots of Kansas City content creators talk about this MAGA influencer in Kansas City, and I'm loving it. I'm here for the vibes, but one consistent thing I'm noticing in all the comments, where are all the men? Where are all the blue Democratic men in Kansas City? I need the blue men to stand up. Where are you guys at? Kansas City, Democratic men. If you're in Kansas City or the surrounding areas and you voted blue, drop a comment.
Oh wow, thank you for coming back. See, I love this, and this is a lesson, okay? So it's not just about watching these clips, okay? So credit to all the creators of these clips, okay? Now it is not just about us bringing it for us to be watching, it is for us to learn, so that next time, even in your own place where you are voting for whosoever you're voting, you should know that policy have consequences. You should not take away that fact, okay? It has consequences, and that is exactly what the Kansas MAGA voters are actually facing right now. Anyway, I wish them quick recovery. All right, let me get your opinion at the comment section. All right, and thank you so much for watching to coming this far. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and see you in our next video. Bye.